guys, so welcome to I really wasn't sure what I wanted to name this. I guess like Emerald Golden Goddess or something like that. I don't know, but I was really inspired by doing something green with some brown and gold like accents to it. So this is the look that I came up with right here. So we have like a beautiful emerald green around the edges, kind of like a halo styled eye thing. I can't English today. Just a regular black liner. I have brown liner on the bottom to accent like a new inner corner space to kind of like open the eye a little bit. And then this is kind of like just like a beigey brown nude. I have another lip option that I will show you, so you can actually keep it dark if you want to keep it more dark and subtle. Dark and intense, and this is a little bit more subtle in case you want to go for more like a nude lip. You could even do like a really dark chocolate, like the one I showed was like a mid-toned brown, but you could even go like completely like chocolate if you wanted to with this. So it kind of really goes with my dress. Let me show you. It's so cute. I love it. So if you guys like the look, it's an entire full face. So you'll see me do my foundation and all of that. All of the products I use will be listed, and I will definitely announce what I'm using as I'm going through the tutorial. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching.
So first I'm going in with my Pores No More Dr. Brandt primer. This is the perfect primer if you have any kind of texture on the skin, any enlarged pores, any fine lines. It's really just to help get rid of any kind of texture. So the first thing I do is I tap it into where I want it to go first, and then I'll take my finger and then lightly rub it in. Sometimes it takes me a few layers. I have some pretty deep, large pores, so it takes some patience and time, but it's absolutely worth it. Next, I'm going in with 3 foundation shades. One is number 42 by Kat Von D. Another is number 48 by Kat Von D, and lastly this is Makeup Forever Matte Velvet shade in number 30. So I mix all 3 of these together on my hand and place them in places first where I feel like I need the most coverage, which is everywhere. Just kidding. No, but I really do have high expectations for coverage. Like, I literally don't settle for anything less than the coverage that I want. I like full top-notch coverage, because I feel like if your foundation game is not on point, then nothing is on point. I'd rather have my foundation look good and not have any eye makeup. That is my preference. And of course I'm blending it with the Beauty Blender, of course. As you can see, I'm tapping it in, I'm not rubbing. Then after I set all of that into the skin, I use number 42 again, and I'm using it in the high points of my face. So that includes right under the eye as a way to, add a little bit more coverage, but also to kind of highlight the face. It's really hard to see on the camera because it's so white. It's literally like goth girl color, like super white. And I want to do it along the bridge of the nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and of course you'll see me apply a little bit on my forehead as well. The reason you want to do this is so that everything looks even and you don't have whiteness just under your eyes. It looks really weird. So after I do that, I'm going to set my powder. Set my foundation. This is the powder number 45 by Kat Von D. Hitting pan, of course. And I use the same Beauty Blender to set it. I started on the outer perimeters of my face and I worked my way inward. Make sure you set underneath your eyes. Now this is the Spellbinding Palette, discontinued, unfortunately, but you just want to use kind of a cream shade. This one's called Countess. That one, yes. And I'm going to apply that under my brow and into my crease, and this is just gonna help me blend better later on, but also help set the primer I put down. Make sure you wear primer, especially with bright colors. Help it stay all day. Then next I'm going in this beautiful shade here called Geek. It comes out really warm on my skin tone, and I'm just blending that right along my brow bone to kind of give the effect that I have a larger, like, higher crease. Next I'm going in with this green called Gunner. It's this beautiful emerald green with some like glittery flecks in there, and I'm using it to create a halo shape around the eyes. That means going from the outer corner and the inner corner, but leaving the middle space as shown here empty. So next I'm going to go into my Naked Smoky palette, and I'm going to be using a couple of shades in this palette. The first is going to be this shade here, which is Combust, and then Whiskey, which is this brown, and I'm going to use this as somewhat of a transition shade. You could do this step first if you'd like. I just happen to do it at this point in the tutorial, but I wanted to break up that green so there wasn't just green on my eyes, you know? Alright, and this shade is called Hexagram. It's this gorgeous, like, olive toned color with a little bit of flecks in there, like shimmer, and I apply that into the center of the lid. And then here I'm just reinforcing the green, trying to make it as green as possible. And of course, don't forget to blend. You want to blend between every step that you do on this. Alright guys, next I'm going into this also discontinued palette called Venusta and Pedis, and this was so beautiful when I got it. I'm going in with this green right here. It's called Night Owl, and I am just using a flatter brush to help darken the crease there. I really wanted the green to be a bit darker, so I was doing my best to find any green that I had to successfully do this. So as you can see, I did a pretty good job in finding a dark green. But then of course you want to make sure that you blend it so it doesn't look like a weird circle around your eyeball. Alright, back in the Naked Smoky palette, I'm using Dirty Sweet, which is that gorgeous like gold tone, and I'm putting that over the olive shade. And I'm also using it in my lower corners of the eye. And again, adding more of that transition shade right there. Then I'm going back in with that flat brush, and I'm going to start adding green into my lower lash line. Really packing that color in. Now I'm spraying my brush with a setting spray just to dampen it so I can go back in with the green. Look what it did. It just made the green so much more vibrant, and I was so happy to see it. I'm like, oh my god, thank god, I'm getting some payoff with this color. Because Kat Von D shades are really pigmented, so I don't really understand why I was having trouble getting it green. So when in doubt, wet your brush. It works miracles. Trust me. Alright guys, on to liner. I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Trooper liner. It's the Tattoo liner in Color Trooper, sorry. And I'm just doing a regular wing. I didn't edit this because I wanted to show you guys my sweet wing skills. I did a pretty good job on this one today. Normally they're a bit lopsided, not gonna lie. No one's perfect. And then I wanted to add a little bit of extension of the liner in my inner corner. I don't do that often, and I thought it really complemented the look. Next I'm going in with this Sephora shade. It's called Cup of Joe La Coffee. It's just a regular felt tip liquid liner, and I'm using that to create a new like tear duct space, I guess, a new inner corner, and it really changes the eye. So I started out a little bit farther down, and then I bring it up into the corner. So I follow it along the lash line pretty much. And of course I extend it out to create a second wing onto the other side. Then I'm going in with my Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. I still haven't been able to get a hold of the waterproof. Oh, I need the waterproof. But I like to put on mascara on the back of my lashes first, like this, to coat them, and then I start from the root and I pull upward. So that's going to really create a lot of volume and length in the lashes. See? And for the bottom lashes, I just wiggle. I have a lot of lashes on the bottom and they're really long, so all I really do is blacken them by just shaking them with the bristles. Alright, it's eyebrow time. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow, and this color is Auburn, so since I am a redhead, it fits perfectly for me. Also, I didn't try to edit this too much as well because I really wanted to show you guys how I do my brows. My brow game has certainly stepped up. So I start with the tail normally, and then I work my way into connecting everything. I really use this to darken my brows. I like really dark, intense brows, so that works. I just kind of outline it first, and then I fill it in. But see, with this eye, I started with the bottom, so I guess it all depends on what mood I'm in, if I want to start on the bottom of the brow or the tail. The hardest part is getting them to look like they're kind of related. Like one brow always seems higher than the other, and like it's so annoying, I can't. Then I'm going in with that same brown liquid liner that I was using on my eyes, and I like to use it to sharpen anything that may look a little weird on the brows, including like lining the lower part so it looks really sharp and clean, etc., etc. Look how good my eye makeup looks. Oh my god. Pat myself on the shoulder. It looks so good. I just cannot right now. And the eyebrows are good too. So there you have it. The eyes are complete. So now I'm moving on to contour. I'm going to be using these two shades right here. And they are called Sombre and Shadow Play. Sombre and Shadow Play. Yes, there we go. And first I like to cut into the cheekbone, and then you want to blend upwards. That way you still keep it chiseled. And then of course I like to cut my jawline as well. Kind of chisel it out a little bit. Same with the other side. And then I want to take them and contour out my forehead as well. Alright guys, and this is the Nars contour palette. I'm only going to be using the contour shade, and this is the Paloma palette. And I pretty much just use this to chisel out the cheekbones just by themselves. I really like my cheekbones to be super cut because I wasn't blessed with them, so this is just my way of really showcasing them, changing up the face shape here. Alright, so next I need to warm up this face, so I'm going to use the NYX matte bronzer in the color Light Clair. So believe it or not, this is like their lightest bronzer. I've seen lighter bronzers. This is pretty intense. But it's also really warm. It's a more of a pink tone, so if you're super white like me, you don't really want to look super orangey. I totally get it. So this bronzer might be perfect for you. And I'm just reinforcing that contour, warming it up with that bronzer. I mean, it's really warm, like, holy crap. And here I'm just doing a nose contour. I didn't really edit this part because again, I really wanted to show you guys how I do it. I don't always do it, but I feel like I really wanted to today. So I'm using a slightly tapered brush, and I'm going really lightly down the nose in very short strokes. Then I start following my nostril line instead of going all the way to the tip. And then I start working down the bridge, or back up the bridge rather. like so. See how it completely just faded it? And then of course I showed a little bit of the other side. I'm not the best nose contourer out there, but it gets the job done, I guess. By the way, I'm using the same contour shades that I use to contour my face. It's from the Kat Von D palette. I'm sorry I did not mention that before. And don't forget to get the very tip of your nose as well. Right there. Alright, next I'm going in with the Becca highlighter. This one is in the color Moonstone. It's impossible to show a highlighter on screen because it just blinds you. Like, literally, look at it. Ow, my eye. Okay. And I like to apply that onto my cheekbones, of course. It's a shame that this camera's not picking up the highlighter. It's so nice. I put it down the bridge of my nose, my tear ducts, and underneath my eyebrows. I don't really like super blinding highlighters, so maybe that's why it's not really showing up on camera that much. But anyway. And of course my Cupid's bow. Alright, then this is a Nars sample I got years ago of the blush called Deep Throat. It's this beautiful rosy blush with like golden like flecks in it. And just applying that onto my cheeks like any old blush. This is a new lip liner from Urban Decay. It's called Nighthawk. And this is like that brown shade that I mentioned was going to be like a second option for a lip. I also didn't really edit this part because I wanted to show you guys how I overline my lips. I don't really have big upper lips, so I like to overdraw it just a little bit but still look proportionate to my face. So as you can see, I'm not really going that far outside of my natural lip line, but I am following my natural line like shape. So I'm not trying to make I Love Lucy lips on my eyes, on my lips. I can't talk, oh my god. The bottom lip pretty much stays the same. I overlined it just barely. Then of course I just filled it in. Lip liners are matte, obviously, which is my thing. But if you want to add a gloss, you can go for it. I love lip liner. I'm pretty positive I put way too much on, but I really don't care. So again, this is lip option number 1. Of course, it's on the brown, more dark family. So if you like this look, you can totes stop right here. But I wanted to have a nude option, so I went for my NYX matte lipstick in the color Sable, and I just went on ahead and applied this. Of course, you can always add just a bit of this if you wanted to make it more of an ombre lip. I completely coated my mouth with this. This is like a satin matte finish, so it's not like super matte. I guess like a comfort matte, you could say.
There you have it, guys. This is the entire tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, any products that I mentioned that might have been discontinued, or any palettes that I had used were discontinued, I did find some similar shades in some newer palettes in case you were interested in finding something similar. But a lot of these colors are pretty easy to find. All you need is like a dark green, some natural colors like browns, and maybe even like a transition shade, and even in like a gold, and that's really all you need as far as the eyes go, as far as eyeshadow. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you whenever I do another video. Bye.